Well, there's an incident here in Mark chapter 14 that only happens in Mark's gospel. They all fled and forsook him at the sight of the arrest of Jesus. The prophecy came true. Strike the shepherd and the sheep will scatter. But there's one character now appears, but only in Mark's gospel. A young man dressed only in a sheet follows Jesus and the mob and the soldiers and the high priest's servants and the guy still holding his ear, and they're making their way towards the trial. And this young man follows, dressed only in a sheet. Maybe he's been woken up in the night. He comes to investigate, dressed in just a sheet. The soldiers see him, try to lay their hands on him, grab the sheet, but the young man, leaves. He flees away naked. Who is he? He seeks to follow, but the prophecy has to be fulfilled. All will forsake me. He is a young man showing some bravado, but he too leaves. Who is he? Just this one mention. He's not in Matthew, not in Luke, not in John, only in Mark. Perhaps a little bit like Alfred Hitchcock and Stan Lee in the films that they direct. They give themselves a little bit part, a walk-on part, a little cameo. They don't say anything, they just appear and then they disappear again. You've got to be careful to spot them. Maybe you didn't spot the young man reading this account before, but he's there. Many think that it's Mark himself as he writes the gospel. He'd have been a young man at the time of these incidents, and maybe he's the one who entered the garden wondering about the commotion that was going on. And he, in a fit of bravado, starts to follow. But when the soldiers lay hold on him, he also flees. You and I, maybe we're not major players in the kingdom of God, but we are there. We're on the scene. We'll be seen, we speak, we do things, and then we fade into the background again. Maybe we think our part isn't significant. All that we do is significant for Jesus, to follow him, to trust in him. This young man, he's not a Peter, he's not a James, he's not a John, not a major player in the Gospels, but he is there. He plays a part. And you and I, what part will we play today to the glory of God? Like the rest, like the greatest in the kingdom, whoever we may be, apart from the grace of God, we fall and we fade and we flee. The young man was no different to Peter, James and John. They all forsook him and fled. And this young man too, apart from the power of Jesus Christ, the grace of God, we too will fall. Strike the shepherd, the sheep will be scattered. But remember, our great shepherd will never be struck again. Struck once, for us, despised, rejected, forsaken, but now forever reigning in glory. We can always now look to the great shepherd. For Peter, James and John in glory, this young man too. You and I still battling here on planet Earth. We look to Jesus, the great shepherd of the sheep. And we need never fall. We need never flee. We are safe in him. Let's keep on following all the way, despite opposition and the ups and downs of life. We can keep looking to Jesus Christ, the Son of God, who lived for us, died for us, rose again from the dead, and ever lives to intercede for you and for me right now. Whatever part we're playing in the kingdom, it's a part he's given to us. Let's play it well, not in our own strength, not in our own coverings, but in the strength of Christ and in his righteousness alone.